Welcome to Prayer Decode, where every prayer is a doorway to profound transformation. Have you ever wondered how a single, heartfelt prayer can unlock hidden reservoirs of strength and peace? Imagine if the secret to overcoming life's deepest challenges was waiting quietly within you, ready to be discovered. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the mysteries of sincere communication with the divine, unveiling insights about humility, divine timing, and the power of communal connection. Stay with us as we delve into the art of prayer and reveal the answers that might just change your life. And if you find inspiration in this exploration, be sure to subscribe to Prayer Decode for more uplifting and transformative content. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the weight of your troubles, as though the world's burdens are too heavy to bear alone? Imagine standing at the crossroads of despair and hope, where the faint light of divine mercy beckons you forward. Today, I invite you on a transformative journey, a journey where raw vulnerability meets unshakable faith. In this video, we'll dive deep into the art of prayer, explore how God's unfailing love reaches out to us in our moments of deepest need, and discover how surrendering to divine guidance can change our lives. Welcome to Prayer Decode. Stay with me as we uncover the mystery behind heartfelt prayer and learn how to transform our challenges into stepping stones toward spiritual growth. We'll dive deep into the art of prayer, explore how God's unfailing love reaches out to us in our moments of deepest need, and discover how surrendering to divine guidance can change our lives. Welcome to Prayer Decode. Stay with me as we uncover the mystery behind heartfelt prayer and learn how to transform our challenges into stepping stones toward spiritual growth. The call of a weary heart. In moments of quiet desperation, when life's noise drowns out the whispers of hope, many of us find ourselves seeking solace in prayer. Our hearts cry out, yearning for comfort, for a sign that we are not alone in our struggle. This journey begins with an honest confession of our need for help, a call to a higher power who promises mercy and compassion. I remember a time when the darkness seemed endless. In those moments, I discovered that prayer isn't merely a ritual. It's a dialogue, a deeply personal conversation with the divine. It is the raw, unfiltered expression of our vulnerabilities, our fears, and our desperate hope for renewal. And as we speak our hearts, we begin to understand that our pleas are never lost in the silence. God hears every whisper and every tear, drawing near with compassion. When I first opened my heart in prayer, I realized that the language of desperation is universal. The humble plea, "Hear me, O Lord," becomes not just a cry for mercy, but a declaration of trust in the one who is always near. In our brokenness, we find strength. We learn that our deepest cries can be transformed into powerful testimonies of grace and redemption. The power of humility in prayer. Humility is the cornerstone of every sincere prayer. It is the recognition that we are fragile, imperfect beings in constant need of grace and guidance. When we approach God with humility, we are not diminished by our shortcomings. Rather, we open ourselves to the limitless compassion of the divine. Imagine standing before a mighty river, its power vast and uncontainable. Just as the river carves its path through the toughest of terrains, so too does our humility create space for God's mercy to flow into our lives. In surrendering our pride, we allow the currents of divine love to wash away the scars of our past and renew our spirit. I once encountered a moment when life seemed to unravel before my eyes, a time when every plan I made fell apart. In that chaos, I learned that humility was not a sign of weakness, but a doorway to healing. By acknowledging my limitations, I discovered that I was being invited into a deeper relationship with God, one built on trust, vulnerability, and unconditional love. Humility in prayer is not about self-deprecation. It's about recognizing our need for something greater than ourselves. It's a reminder that despite our achievements or failures, we all share a common desire for divine guidance and comfort. And in that shared need, we find unity, a collective journey towards hope and redemption. Experiencing divine mercy. There is a profound beauty in recognizing that mercy is not something we earn, but a gift freely given. God's mercy flows like an unending river, available to all who seek refuge in His presence. In the depths of our despair, His love shines as a beacon of hope, reassuring us that no burden is too heavy for His care. I recall a season in my life when I felt abandoned by the world, isolated in my pain. Yet, in that isolation, I encountered an unexpected solace, a gentle reminder that God's mercy was with me even in the darkest hours. It was in these moments of solitude that I learned the true nature of divine compassion. It meets us exactly where we are, without judgment, offering a lifeline of hope. Our journey of faith is often marked by struggles, by moments when the weight of the world seems insurmountable. But it is precisely in these moments that we are invited to experience the transformative power of mercy. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to admit that we cannot do it alone, we create space for a miraculous intervention. God's mercy is a constant, a gentle whisper that reminds us of our worth and the promise of a new dawn. Trusting God's faithfulness. In every challenge we face, there lies an opportunity to trust in God's unwavering faithfulness. Life may throw obstacles in our path, and the road may be fraught with uncertainty, yet the promise of divine support remains steadfast. Trusting God means believing that every trial, every setback, is part of a larger tapestry woven by a loving Creator. There were times in my life when I questioned the path laid out before me. I wondered why hardships had to come, why suffering was intertwined with every blessing. Yet, as I delved deeper into prayer and reflection, I began to see that God's ways are often beyond our comprehension. His faithfulness is not measured by the absence of challenges, but by His constant presence through them all. Each trial, no matter how daunting, is an invitation to lean into the strength that comes from above. It is a reminder that our lives are not defined by our struggles, but by our responses to them. When we choose to trust in God's plan, we are empowered to rise above our circumstances, knowing that we are supported by an infinite source of love and wisdom. The beauty of sincere communication. Prayer is more than reciting words. It is an intimate conversation with the divine. It's about opening our hearts and letting the truth of our emotions be seen. In those quiet moments of reflection, we find that our sincere communication with God is both liberating and healing. Over time, I learned that there is no right or wrong way to pray. There is no perfect formula or carefully crafted speech that can capture the depth of our emotions. Instead, it is the authenticity of our expression that matters most. Whether we speak in whispered prayers or shout out our frustrations, every word is a testament to our journey toward healing. Sincere prayer invites us to be raw and honest. It allows us to express our doubts, fears, and even our anger. And in doing so, we acknowledge the full spectrum of our humanity. God does not demand perfection from us. He seeks the truth of our hearts. When we offer our genuine selves, flawed, hopeful, and yearning, we experience the transformative power of divine love that meets us where we are. This kind of honest communication has taught me that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. It's in those moments of unguarded truth that we find the courage to be who we truly are and to embrace the healing that only God's love can bring. Surrendering control and embracing the divine plan. One of the most challenging aspects of our spiritual journey is learning to surrender control. In a world that prizes independence and self-reliance, admitting that we need help can feel like a defeat. Yet, The moment we choose to let go of our need to control every aspect of our lives is the moment we open ourselves to the infinite wisdom of God. I remember a period when every plan I meticulously crafted unraveled before me. I fought desperately to maintain control, only to realize that my efforts were in vain. It was in that moment of surrender that I experienced a profound peace, a peace that came from trusting that God's plan was far greater than anything I could imagine. Surrender is not about giving up. It is about releasing our grip on the illusion of control so that we can fully embrace the divine guidance available to us. When we surrender, we acknowledge that our human understanding is limited and that there is a greater plan at work. We come to understand that our lives are not solely ours to direct, but that we are part of a much larger narrative, a narrative woven by a loving and omniscient Creator. This act of surrender is an invitation to experience true freedom. It allows us to relinquish the burdens of anxiety and fear and step into a space where trust and faith can flourish. In that space, we learn to lean on the everlasting arms of God, finding comfort in the knowledge that we are never alone. The journey through life's storms. Life's journey is punctuated by moments of turbulence, a time when storms rage around us, shaking the very foundations of our being. Yet, within these storms, we have the opportunity to discover the true strength of our faith. The trials we face are not punishments, but transformative experiences designed to refine our spirit. I've experienced storms in my own life that left me feeling battered and alone. In those moments, I questioned whether I would ever find a safe harbor. But gradually, I came to see that the storms were, in fact, the crucible in which my faith was being tested and strengthened. Each gust of wind, each wave crashing against me, was an invitation to trust in the shelter of God's love. These turbulent times taught me that storms are a natural part of life. They remind us that while the winds may howl and the skies may darken, the promise of a new dawn is never far away. God's word assures us that even in the midst of chaos, His presence remains a constant beacon of hope. And as we weather the storm, we emerge with a deeper understanding of our own resilience and the unyielding power of divine grace. Through these experiences, I have learned that our struggles can be transformed into testimonies, stories of how God's strength carried us through our darkest hours. These testimonies become sources of inspiration not only for ourselves, but also for those around us who are grappling with their own challenges. In sharing our journeys, we help to illuminate the path for others, encouraging them to trust in the promise that no storm lasts forever. Ultimately, as we extend our reflection on prayer, I encourage you to see each moment as a doorway to a more profound connection with the divine. Embrace both the simplicity of silent reflection and the dynamic energy of communal worship. Remember that the journey is ongoing, and every step, no matter how small, contributes to a life enriched by spiritual insight, resilience, and love. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey into the power of prayer. Remember, every moment you spend in sincere conversation with the divine is a step towards deeper understanding and inner peace. We hope today's reflections inspire you to seek out and embrace the hidden wisdom within your own heart. If this video has touched you, please subscribe to Prayer Decode and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay curious, stay faithful, and keep unlocking the transformative secrets of prayer. Until next time, may your spirit be uplifted and your path illuminated.